The new sanctuary was the culmination of a vision that God had given to me in the very beginning of the church, to create in a place that would be like one of the old great Spanish missions in California and Texas history. There's a highway called the El Camino Real, which means the King's Highway. And you would follow the El Camino Real, and every 3 days you would end up at a mission. And at the mission you could find spiritual, emotional, and physical care for your bodies. And a mission always had a central courtyard with a sanctuary and buildings around it that was a community gathering space. And that was the vision that God had given to me. And so when we were able to begin this process, it really began in 2000. We started to have standing room only in the 3 services at which is now the chapel today. And I remember on one particular Easter Sunday, people were everywhere, and I was sitting on an organ speaker because we had things, and I jokingly said, "Don't tell the fire marshal we're doing this," and the fire marshal was in worship that Sunday. And I saw people leave the church before it began because there was no place for them to sit. And that broke my heart. And I said, never again. So we began the planning process to complete this idea of a mission and to design a sanctuary that would emote the presence of God as you walked in, whether you were with a group of people or by yourself. We wanted a room which we felt like God could speak to you through the sights and sounds and imagery of it. And so we began the capital campaign. We raised over $2 million in pledges and commitments. It was an exciting time. And then the building process began, and we worshiped in the new room on Sunday, June the 4th of 2004.
You know,
We had 1,000 people in worship that day.
Can you believe? One of the things that I love about the church and the facility, the plant, are all our beautiful stained glass windows and artwork. I mean, every time I look at them, I think about the lives of those people that they were given in memory of.
Well, and you remember how people said in the early years they wanted a church that looked like a church. We were in a day and age when church buildings, you looked at it and go, is that a school? Is it a library? Is it a police station? What is it?
What is that?
And they wanted it to look like a church. And so we felt like the ancient art of stained glass would be important. And interestingly enough, the big stained glass window in the sanctuary, which was in the Covenant Chapel, has only 7 colors in it. And the Interior Committee, of which you were the chair of, weren't you?
Well, no, I wasn't the chair, but I was part of that committee,
Well, all of the colors in the sanctuary are found in that window. And I thought it's just a beautiful space. And we've been worshiping there ever since. And think of the resurrection services, the baptisms, the
weddings,
marriages. Think of people who quietly have given their life to Christ because of that. And you wonder what people think when they drive by at night and see that cross illumined in the sky. I hope it speaks to them.
I do.